First thing that happens is the beanie caps move seconds before launch. First thing that happens is the 3 engines light up. Then the 2 solid rocket boosters. Now we're off to the races. It goes from 0 to 17,500 miles an hour in 8.5 minutes. The solid rocket boosters are only out for 2.5 minutes, then they pop off, fall in the ocean, and are recovered if they're reusable. There you hear me give the milestones to the pilots. You see the back of my head there? I get the best seat in the house because I'm sitting right in between the pilots, a little behind. Because I have to look at every instrument as flight engineer. And there you can see me give the thumbs up, because I'm a bona fide astronaut now. I'm in space. Our crew was an international crew. This is Christer Fuglesang from Sweden, opening up the payload bay doors to initiate radiator cooling, because the radiators are an inside portion of the payload bay doors. That's Christer. Yours truly putting together the portable onboard computers to initiate the docking sequence, while my buddies are putting together exercise equipment. You gotta exercise at 0G or your muscles go weak. Ladies, you wanna be astronauts? Look at my friend here, Nicole Stock, fellow female engineer, looking through binoculars at what's gonna be her home for the next 3 months. We're exchanging her for another crew member, Tim Copra, to bring him home. This is the view of the astronauts on the International Space Station of us, because we're in there. This is the maneuver we do before we dock to the International Space Station, physically connect to the station. That cylinder is important because we have over 7 tons of equipment we're going to install inside and outside the station.
Looking for free draft. Next station in Houston from Discovery. Capture confirmed.
You see us celebrate pre-drift, which means we got connected and we stayed connected to the station. This allows us to open up the access hatch to the docking port. The folks on the station do the same thing. Remember, there's 7 of us on the shuttle. There's 6 on the station. The commander is Gennady Padalka. We rotate commander duties on the station between an American and a Russian. We got the Russian, no worries, because I speak Russian, so that helped out good. And now there's 13 of us representing 5 countries on the International Space Station. And they're happy to see us, not because we're good buddies, but because they know we have fresh fruit and vegetables. You see us grapple the multi-purpose logistics module, MPLM, with the robotic arm. I was one of 2 robotic arm operators. We grapple it, we connect it, we open it from the inside, and we start emptying 7 tons of equipment. Some of that equipment we installed outside. How do we do that? Spacewalks, EVAs, extravehicular activity. We go out in groups of 2. I didn't do it because I'm the flight engineer. I take care of the inside. But I also operate the robotic arm, so I was kind of like their Uber in space. Took them from place to place. And beautiful views. And after 13 days connected to the station, we undock. And now this is our view of the station. Our last maneuver is to do a fly around, take pictures, make sure there's no damage to the exterior of the station due to micrometeorite orbital debris hits. We then slow down, let the atmosphere capture us, and gravity starts taking hold, and we come home. Remember, we took off as a rocket, converted it into a spaceship, and now we're gonna be landing it like an airplane, a glider we will, because we only have 1 chance at landing it. The weather was bad in Florida, so we landed on our second site, Southern California, my home state. Suited me just fine. The only problem is my family was in Florida waiting for me. I call this a poetic justice landing because this is about 70 miles from where I used to pick strawberries as a kid. And here we are. Our commander, CJ Sturkow, pilot Kevin Ford, and yours truly as flight engineer. Picture perfect landing. Better than my United flight yesterday. And that's a typical 14-day mission to the International Space Station. I always tell people, you know, make sure you're enjoying the journey, because it's all about the journey. 95% of your time and effort is on the journey, so if you're not enjoying the journey, chances are you picked the wrong goal. I love those pictures because the right picture, we're on a zero-G flight with my son, who did his PhD. I gave him an early graduation present and had him experience zero-G. And you can see that now, when I left NASA, I went home, back to California. There's a saying, you can take the kid out of the farm, but you can't take the farm out of the kid. And so I have my own vineyard, I work, I get on a tractor, I love it. I still do aerospace consulting, I have an engineering consulting firm, but this is what I love to do. And I went even a step further. I decided, wait for it, make my own wine. So a shameful commercial here. You want to taste the best wine made by an astronaut? Go to tierralunacellars.com. It arrives to your doorstep in most states. I could say that because I'm probably the only one that sells wine that's an astronaut. And also I'm there. But I also have books out, Reaching for the Stars, From Farm Worker to Astronaut, and The Boy Who Touched the Stars. And most important of all, we just got to finish filming the movie about my story. Amazon approached me and said that we want to film your story, inspirational movie, and we want Michael Pena to play you, and they just wrapped up filming. So look for it on the Amazon platform. The movie is titled A Million Miles Away, and it's going to come on Amazon probably September, October timeframe. But anyhow, that's all I have for you guys here on my websites. Follow me at Astro_Jose. You already got the tierralunacellars.com website. I do have a foundation, astrojh.org, where we preach the good gospel of careers in STEM and STEM education. But in any case, there's no reason why you can't get a hold of me with all those comments. But I think that's all we have, Thomas. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You know, it's just a shame you couldn't find anything to do with your life.
I know, I'm a slacker.
What's next? We have time for some questions for Jose, so if you have a question, feel free to go ahead and raise your hand. We'll bring the microphone to you. Questions about launch, landing, or anything